Okay, so this video is going to be about melee and or close combat. Now, one of the most important things that you can see from this first clip is that all weapons have the same range. So it doesn't matter if you've got a spear or if you're using fists. Everything has the same range. And trying it out on the dummy in the test arena here, you can see that sort of like the outer circle on the floor is sort of like a marker for it in the actual in the tutorials. This thing here. So yeah. So that, I think that's something a lot of people don't know, is that you can is that everything, even the push, has the same range. So you can actually hit people from quite far away as opposed to getting right up in their grill. And I've practiced just ducking in and doing that quick hit quite a few times. Now most of this video is going to be comprised of just clips of fights that I thought were not necessarily interesting, but decent fights. I didn't bother with any of the ones that was just some noob swinging a weapon randomly at me, because that is the first moral of the moral of this story, and that is don't attack unless you know you're going to hit. I mean, just throwing wild attacks at people is the fastest way to lose. I mean, the best attack you can, the best, most guaranteed hit you can get is after someone has hit your block and they're reeling. They can't hit you back, and more importantly, you can actually charge up quite a strong hit, because the damage you deal, like in the range for that weapon, is based on how much you've charged it. So lots of little hits may do a bit of damage and apply the appropriate debuff, but charging it up is the way to get the most damage out of your attacks. It's the most effective way of doing it. So yeah. Now it's important to, when you enter into a fight with someone, a close range fight, is to notice what weapon they've got versus what weapon you've got. Now I prefer across the board bleed weapons, blades, because they apply the bleed debuff. So if you're sort of like backing off and just sort of like positioning with the other fella, like in this fight here, the bleed damage are mine doing, apart from the massive backstab at the beginning, the bleed damage is what does more damage than the actual hits. Your health is continuously going down. But with a bludgeon weapon, you've all you do is you apply a weakness debuff, like 1, 2, 3 stars is 10, 20 and 30% reduction in damage. And that doesn't, I don't know, if you're going to get all up in their grill and continuously apply the pressure, it can work. I mean, a lot of people are good with bludgeons. I prefer to have something with a bit of bleed effect. And this fight here, I really thought this fella was going to win this one. He's got a hunting spear, which is a really good weapon in my opinion. But somehow I managed to sort of I managed to beat him, and that is by just trying to keep the pressure up and not letting him back off, so that bleed is slowly was killing me. Now, not all these videos are of me kicking ass. A lot of them will be of me losing, because it's easier to say how someone beat you than how you beat them, because obviously you don't know what's going through that geezer's head at the time. I mean, this fight here is one that I thought the fellow deserved to win. And I won only because I've got a spear, and it was the bleed damage. Because I mean, for most of the fight, he is actually beating me. I mean, I don't know, he's got me outmatched, but unfortunately, all he's got is a damn rock. And yeah, I'm just trying to. I mean, I can tell he's better than me, so I'm just applying a bleed, staying at range, and trying not to just letting the bleed do the work for me, and not closing with him too much. So he can get the hits in. Yeah, I got lucky. Sorry, Mr. T.
You just threw that and killed your opponent.
Now this one is quite a long kick of a fella totally kicking my ass. So yeah, if you want to see how not to do it, watch what I'm doing, and see how you should do it, watch what he's doing. Now I'm going to talk on shoves. While this fight's going on, and it's sometimes if someone shoves you and you're not blocking, it actually does a shorter duration shove. And I'm pretty sure at some points that is what this geezer used against me. Is I shove him while he's not blocking, and he then blocks me because I think I'm safe to go in for a hit, and that's I mean, it's a bit of a it's a bit of a feint on your part, and obviously you leave yourself open to being hit again. But if someone's doing a lot of blocking and shoving, which is what I do, admittedly, then obviously a block's never going to hit you. A shover hits you for only 5 damage. So after you've allowed them to shove you without the block up, you can then block because they think they've won a shove. They've got a free hit, allow it, causing them to reel, and then you get a hit in. And that's granted that's mind games, but when you start getting better at close combat in general in real life, a lot of it is mind games. You know what I mean? It's what you're going to throw. Can the other person predict that and throw something that makes you think they don't know what you're thinking? Shit like that. So yeah, I mean this guy really he's proper cut above above myself. So yeah, hats off to him.
You just got stabbed to death. Maybe in the next round, someone will toilet area.
This is an important lesson, and that is the bloodlust. Now, it's one of the reasons I like this game is that you do get pretty pumped sometimes when you're in a fight, and keeping a cool head is really important. And I'm pretty sure I had this guy beat, and then when this other geezer comes in with a spear, I sort of get a bit riled, because I think he's coming in to steal my kill, but he legs it. I don't know why. We're both damaged. He could have quite easily had us with the spear there. And I sort of start going ham on this fella. Now, yeah, I've got him. I mean, again, this is a bleed weapon versus a weakness one. Totally ruined him. Now, at this point, I should have not. I should have A, chucked the brass knuckles at him. B, not bothered chasing him. Because there's a recurve bow on the floor back there, which the other guy's probably going to go and pick up now, I assume. But I was just crazed, manic. As you can tell by these wild punches. Chase this geezer over a cliff, do myself a load of damage. When I'm finding out stamina, I actually do what I should have done in the first place and chuck the bloody brass knuckles at him. And I get punished for this, quite appropriately, while some geezer give me a backstab. Now I'm pretty sure I could have beat this fella. I mean, I've got explosive runs. Still tapped up, so I could have even run away from him if I'd have had the sense to do it. But I was just so riled that yeah, I deserved that anyway. So yeah. Now this fella, now what I was saying about using everything at your disposal. Another thing that gets me so riled is when they hit you with the bloody alarm gun. I mean, you can see I go into a bit of a frenzy here because I hate it. I mean, it's like the longest 2 minutes of a game is when you've got the bloody thing on you. So I'm just like, I know. I'm just throwing everything I got at this fella. It is quite funny. I just quite like watching this one. You'll see that in a minute. So as you can see, you know what I mean. Even though I'm sort of going a bit wild, I'm not hitting him unless here it comes. Boom. Yeah. I mean, explosives are a brilliant way to deal damage, but you've got to be careful. Because, especially with dynamite, because it's pretty easy to total yourself. So, now, this is another. I mean, I get tempted to just chuck pepper spray away, but it is almost a free hit. And an important point here is that just off to the side, only slightly, a block doesn't work, like what you saw there. And that's if you do pepper spray someone, that's what you want to be aiming for, really. Just get around their side because they cannot see you. I mean, they'll block. They got, you know, they can still pull moves, but your best bet is to always try and sneak around the side. And this fella has something that I didn't notice up until I would have played a bit safer. Is he's got the damages your stamina when he hits your thing. I mean, he's almost dead, but I cannot give chase to him because I am totally freaking wiped. Yeah. And okay, and this is going back to again knowing what weapon you're facing and what you've got on you. I mean, this guy's got he's got a sledgehammer, which is a weapon I feared up until this little fight. Well, here in the next one. So as you can see, I'm playing real safe. I'm just trying to get a bleed wound on him, backing off, letting it do the work because yeah, I mean the sledgehammer is the highest base damage out of any weapon, but in my opinion, it's pretty freaking pants. So I mean, he wants to back off. He wants to play the range game. That's wicked. I mean, he doesn't actually have any ranged weapons, so I'm quite happy to sit here and try and pop arrows into him. So you know, what an idiot. And he's got body armor as well, and he He had a stim done at the beginning. So I know he could if he'd pressured into me. I know he probably easily could have had me, but I get a nice headshot on him there with the bow, and that's it. So at this point, I think, oh my god, because I don't think I'd ever actually had my hands on a sledgehammer up until this point, or at least not right before the very end of the game. So I was looking forward to this, and the reason I had all these bludgeons on me was actually just to bloody sell them, because no, I'm not. Well, can't tell. I'm not a fan of bludgeon weapons. Remember, my inventory's full. Start trying to turn these things into funk, and this fella turns up. And this fella sort of, I don't know. He sort of teaches me how you should play bludgeons. Because I mean, you got in their face, be fast. I mean, he's got the brass knuckles perk, and I mean, he really goes to town on me with them. I mean, just a weak hit with brass knuckles, does as much damage as a weak hit from the sledgehammer. And I chucked it in there because the sledgehammer is so slow. It was doing my head in. He was just so. His thin punches was coming in so fast. There was nothing I could do about it. So and I from that point onwards will sell every sledgehammer I ever get my hand on because I think they are pants. Now yeah, this is an interesting play. Now this is quite a long clip, this one, but and it does come down to close combat at the end. But this fella, I know he's got an SMG, so I can't close with him. So I know he's had it for a while, so that's why I laid that mine. Because I'm thinking I'm gonna have to pull something out of the bag here. So if this geezer don't beat, so because I can't close with him to kill him. I think even playing at range with him like this is quite dangerous. But I hit that explosive barrel he was re-ammoing up on, so I'm assuming he's pretty damaged at this point. But unbeknownst to me, he must have hit a med pack behind one of them trees. Because getting bored of this, just continuously hitting the palm tree, I decided to go in for the kill. Only to realise he's on full health and quickly abort. Now at this point, this fella has a massive advantage, and again this goes. With you got to use everything you got. I mean, usually I turn mines into junk, but knowing he had an SMG, I thought I'd lure him into that little trap, which I did. Now, even now, I mean, he must be on 40% health, thereabouts. I'm out of stamina on 20% health. He could have quite easily polished me off here if he'd been a bit braver, but it gives me the chance to get a bit of stamina back, and then fights a bit like a douche. And that is how I never swing a hit that I don't know is going to hit. And I finished that son of a gun off. Now, when it comes to using stuff, like to gain the advantage in melee, I think this is one of the best plays I've ever seen by someone. I mean, I've watched this clip so many times trying to work out quite exactly how he closes this much distance so quickly. So he's on the left-hand side of the smoke. I sort of go around to get the angle on him, and he's boom. Where did that come from? I mean, I'm so flabbergasted that this has happened at this point. I think all form and due process goes out the window, and I mean, I'm trying to bandage in the middle of getting whacked. So, I mean, this guy, he plays a good game. He does have me truly outclassed. But that smoke bomb trick there is something I look forward to using in the future. So, what a ledge. I mean, even though I heal up here, pop a stim, thinking, I know he's got a few hits. I don't think I've actually, has he had a few hits? Apart from the arrows, I think I've barely done him anything in a couple of shells. So, he is good, this fella. Yeah. Oh, legend. So, yeah, that is, that. So this last clip is mainly a vanity clip on my part, 'cause it contains such a freaking awesome long shot that you're about to see here. I just thought that's I can't believe I actually managed to make such a long shot. I'm just gonna let it play out. Not really anything to do with melee combat, this one. Mainly how you can't close on someone with a rifle, because 2 shots from a rifle will kill you. But yeah, I mean, this is not like my usual video. It takes quite a lot of time to gather and edit together all these clips. So if you do end up watching this and liking it, post a comment, like it, subscribe if you want. I mean, I do think I'm going to carry on playing the Culling for quite a long time. So if people enjoy these videos, I might just start slinging together the older 20-minute match ones. If it is a match that's worth it, try out some experimental builds and yeah, if any people have got things that they might want help with, just post it in the comment sections below.